Hey everyone, Felipe here. Welcome to another Tarot Saviors card review video. This video, I'll be taking a look at one of the jackpot cards from the My Hero Academia collaboration seal, Bakugo Katsuki. He is going to be a fire human card, and I will be taking a look at his leader skill, team skill, and active skill, and letting you know my opinions about this card. Let's begin with his leader skill. Fire attack times 7, HP and recovery times 1.8. Runestone movement time increases by 1 second, and the character skill gets reduced by 5 when entering the stage. Additionally, fire human members will also have a -1 cooldown reduction on their skills when entering the stage. Damage dealt to enemies by counterattack increases by 2 times, and each member attacks towards the target increases by 1.5 times. This means that you actually have to actively target an enemy in order to benefit from this attack bonus. Taking a look at his team skills, we have that when Bakugo Katsuki is in the team, you do get a blast element mechanic, where whenever you explode a runestone, you will gain, or Bakugo will gain 1 blast element to the max of 5 blast elements for exploding 5 times. Each Bakugo can only have 5 blast elements at most, and for every blast element, the character or Bakugo will launch an extra attack, and his attack will increase by 1.3 additionally whenever you have blast elements. At the end of each round, you will lose one of these blast elements. For his other team skills, this one requires you to have both leader and ally to be Bakugo. Other runes will possess the effect of fire runes. Fire runes will possess the effect of heart runes of 50%. Bakugos with blast elements will be able to deal damage regardless of trio elemental shield and quintet elemental shield, and his attack will increase proportional to the number of blast elements he has, to the max of ×5 for... It says 4 blast elements, but I think it is meant to say 5 blast elements. By dissolving fire runes, each member launches an extra attack, and your combo count increases by 5. Upon each skill activation of a fire member, Bakugo and Kirishima's skill cooldown will be reduced by 1 to the max of -2 each round. And the UA special, where if you have 5 or more members of UA High School, you do get a HP and attack increase of 1.3 times. Overall, I think his leader skill is pretty okay, pretty good. Attack times 7 is pretty standard. A 1.5 increase towards the target enemy. The one that I don't really understand is the damage dealt to the enemies by counterattack times 2 additionally. Times 2 attack is good, but nowhere does it say that Bakugo will launch a counterattack. So I am a little bit confused about that. If it's consistently, if you're able to consistently achieve this times 2 attack bonus from the counterattack, then it is going to be pretty good. But if you cannot consistently trigger it, then that might be a little bit of a problem. However, he does have the benefit of having a ×5 attack increase whenever you reach maximum blast elements. And because you are starting the battle with a CD5 reduction on your own skill, you are able to generate 2 blast elements from the get-go if you use your Bakugo skills in the beginning. His playstyle is going to be very centered about exploding runes, and it reminds me a little bit of Roy Mustang, where you want to beef him up with cards that explode runes so that you can accumulate these blast elements and also increase your damage output with these extra blast elements and the extra attacks, as well as the self-attack increase. But yeah, all in all, I do think Bakugo is going to be a pretty selfish character. He does want to generate his own blast elements, and honestly, you might want to run more than one, because that means you get to explode more and generate more blast elements for your team. Even in the trial stage, Madhead gave us 3 Bakugos to play with, and that allows you to build up your blast elements pretty easily, especially since you are losing one every round as well. Let's take a look at his active skill, this is going to be X Catapult CD5 skill, where this skill will be not locked and will be released upon activation, so you cannot lock it. And when you activate it, you will explode a 3x3 area of your choice to generate 3 rows of water, or a row of water, row of fire, and a row of earth runes. Uh, Additionally, you will deal a snipe damage of 500 times your attack basic value to all enemies, regardless of defense and enchanted shield. And upon the first activation of this skill each round, your cooldown will decrease by 5, which means that the skill will be ready for activation immediately. All in all, I think this active skill is pretty good for Bakugo as a leader. It does complement his playstyle really well because you are able to explode runes, which will allow you to accumulate blast elements, and also allows you to activate it again from the get-go. However, keep in mind that if you activate it twice in the same round, you will have to wait 5 rounds before it's activated again. However, if you activate it and wait for the next enemy, you are going to be able to activate it consistently without having to wait the 5-round cooldown on your skill. However, if you do need extra oomph, extra damage immediately, you can consider using it twice and just waiting the 5-round cooldown afterwards. This will allow you to accumulate 2 blast elements and generate a lot of attacking runes, which will potentially help you kill more annoying enemies. But yeah, however, as a member, I do think his active skill is not that great because exploding runes is nice, but only exploding a 3x3 area is not super useful whenever you need to explode a lot of runes. Since your board could be weird, situational, or things like that, a 3x3 area is not that big. Additionally, the snipe is nice, but usually whenever you're dealing with sniping, you do want to hit stealth enemies, and at that point you might want to run a lower cooldown sniper or Yoko or Javanor. These are also fire cards that will allow you to snipe, but also give you further more utility in your team. The CD5 reduction is pretty nice, but honestly, if 1-time explosion is not good enough, 2 times might also not be enough as well. So definitely, it's an active skill that fits him most as a leader rather than as a member. But yeah, I do think Bakugo is better suited for a leader, and his active skill suits him better for his own leader and team skill rather than fitting him in another team composition, because you could run other cards that can replace what he does and do it better. Basically Yoko and Javanor, since they also give you attack boosts, conversion, as well as a snipe. So definitely something that Bakugo falls short on. In terms of team members, I do think pairing him with like Risa or Roy Mustang will allow you to explode runes pretty easily and generate blast elements. But he is going to be a pretty selfish leader, and definitely want to run multiple copies of himself in it, just to generate more blast elements as well as increase your damage output with these blast elements. Some other weaknesses about this card is that he doesn't have much more shield breaking potential other than the trio elemental shield and quintet elemental shield. So you might want to pair him up with members that can help you break other shields that are required in the stage. But yeah, overall, he is pretty okay as a leader. Damage output is there. There is a interesting mechanic in terms of blast elements that will allow you to increase your damage output as well. But I do believe he will struggle a little bit in terms of shield breaking and harder content as well. His active skill is pretty good for his using him as a leader, because it does pair well with his team skill and his playstyle. But in my opinion, it will not fit as well in other teams outside of a Bakugo team. But yeah, that's all I had to say about this card. Please let me know in the comment section if I missed anything or if I said anything wrong. And as always, stay tuned on my YouTube channel for more Tower Saviors content. For now, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone!